Good morning, Mrs. Williams.
Good morning, Mr. Williams.
Where are we at?
We're at the REI Ranch.
And what are we waiting for?
Waiting for the regional director of the Southern REI stores to call me so I can tell her about her racist ass employees.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know.
Yeah. How's this going to go down?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have low expectations on their end, but who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anything you want to discuss about this in particular, or you want to wait till it's over?
I want to wait till it's over.
Okay, let's see how they go.
This is the before.
Because we've done a recap of what exactly happened when we were in Atlanta.
Yeah.
How they said, we don't serve your kind here.
Y'all aren't the typical demographic we serve here.
Yeah.
I'm white. Oh, you mean my black audience isn't the typical demographic you serve here? Copy. Got it.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to seeing this.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm hugging my feelings, working with all the natural healing. We are the makers of lives in our community, working to set myself free while I'm hugging my feelings.
Welcome to Hiking My Feelings TV.
The tour started in Southern California, so the original contact that I had said, just go. Well, the original contact that I had in Southern California, told me who to ask for, who was working, who the manager on duty was, and who my point of contact was. That didn't happen for this store. But by the time I got to Kennesaw, my initial dealings with Brian were pretty disastrous. So just in general, this entire experience in the Kennesaw Atlanta market was pardon my French, total show compared to any of the other stops that we had. And that getting it listed took months. It wasn't on the REI website until maybe a week or two before the talk was supposed to happen. So this part of the background is important probably to help set up the whole interaction with the manager that was on duty. So the conversation that I had with Brian to get the tour stop set up was early September. We got it going. The event was supposed to be the first weekend in November. It was a partner event with Outdoor Journal Tour, who is a sponsored, both Kenya and Michelle are sponsored by REI. So I was hoping for maybe a little bit of extra support, but none was given. To the point where REI usually collects registration for the events that I host in store, and Brian had us collect registration. So that was just a totally different protocol than what I was used to at that point. And frankly, I would prefer that just because when you guys collect registration, we don't get contact information. So from a business perspective, it was nice, but from an exposure perspective, it was not. So by the time I arrived there, I just checked into the front desk and asked introduced myself, and they're like, oh, we didn't know this was happening today. Let me get a manager. So they got the manager. She said she didn't know about it until she had gotten an email either the night before or that morning. I don't recall. I'd have to reread my email because I wrote the email right after it happened. It's been a while since this incident. But so she showed me back. At that point, my husband and I had been touring around, we started in Southern California and just did a big perimeter loop around the U.S., going up the West Coast, across the top, and then down the East Coast and down across the South back to Southern California. So we know how to set up a room. I'm not a diva. I can handle it. I know how to put a projector on my computer. I'm grown up. I can set up chairs. But as we were getting set up, she followed us back to the room and asked us about the demographics. And that's where I was that was the literal first thing she said, was just outside of that she didn't know that it was happening. She asked me if I'd like to know about the demographics served in this store. And that was just so weird. One, I don't know if that's intellectual property or a trade secret for REI, but I've just never been offered that information before. So I was confused initially and thought that she was asking about our demographics for it. And I was like, well, if it's the people that are going to show up are the people that follow Hiking My Feelings or Outdoor Journal Tour, because this was not promoted at all by REI. So it would be largely people that follow one of our organizations. And then she's like, no, do you want to hear about the demographics that we serve in this store? And I was like, oh, Sure. I mean, you've asked twice now, so this is clearly important to you. Yeah. And so the first one was rich, conservative, white people. The second one was college students. And then the third one, I don't recall because at that point my eyes and ears had glazed over because I could tell where this conversation was going. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, you aren't the demographic we typically serve here. And I'm watching as this room starts to fill with black women. And I was like, so are my people safe here? Like, do I need to find, like, in all honesty, Gail, I should have just walked out. And I thought about it. But there was a woman there with like 10 of her friends for her birthday. Like she chose to celebrate her birthday by seeing my presentation, then going on the following hike. So I'm not about to like cancel her birthday plans, but honestly, I just didn't feel comfortable. And I didn't know if my audience was safe because at that point it was obvious that the conversation was about race and not about the content of my presentation. Initially, I thought maybe it was something like I talk about how hiking helped me heal my mind and body. Is the mind-body connection not a thing in Atlanta? Well, I know that that's not true because that's what Michelle and Kenya do, and they're based in Atlanta and REI sponsors them. So like, I know that this material is well received. I know that it performs very well in this market, just using Michelle and Kenya as a wonderful example of what's possible in this space. So I was just like, thanks, I guess. And then when Michelle and Kenya got there, like at that point it hadn't, like it felt weird, but it hadn't settled in that this is just Southern racism. Cause I'm from Kansas originally, where it's like people are nice or kind, but usually not both. And nice is kind of like the front for their, bigotry. And so I told Michelle and Kenya what happened. They're like, oh yeah, that's what happens. That's racism. And I was like, oh, that's what I thought, but I thought maybe like I'm reading too far into this. So like, no, that's exactly what happened. If they asked you about demographics or they offered to tell you that, like, look at the room, Sydney, like we've got 75% of us are black in here. So it was just a very uncomfortable situation. My presentation was great. We left and went and did our hike and everything was fine. But for as much as, like, one of the reasons that I decided to do this unpaid adventure with REI was, one, I love shopping there. I believe you guys are one of the best outdoor outfitters in the country. I love everything that you appear to stand for on social media, and your marketing is excellent. But this event was like really just kind of flew in the face of everything I held to be true about the beliefs that I thought REI stood for. And I don't, obviously one employee doesn't represent the whole organization, but the fact that this was just dropped after several attempts to follow up, and that the response on social media was, hello again, please email HR, like as if I had ever been addressed by REI ever, was just really off-putting and not at all what I expected from the brand. Is there somebody within the organization that can talk to me about the efforts that you guys are making beyond what we're seeing public facing? Because the social media posts are great and everything, but like what would really, after going, and like, and here's the thing, like I have been inside of 60 of your stores. I don't know how many of your employees have been inside of 60 of your stores, but I feel like I have a little bit of a leg up here as far as like experiencing regionally just around the country. And like, I appreciate that REI is taking a stand. I just feel like it's shallow and that there aren't the metrics to back it up. Like if you guys are donating all of this money to Black-led organizations, like lead with those numbers. Like those numbers might be scary, and you might get backlash for it not being enough, but at least you can put something out there. You know what I mean? Like, is there anybody that can answer those questions, Gail? Well, we'll chat soon. I look forward to your updates. Yep, you got it. Bye.
Do we need to get you a different haircut?
Why? Do I look like asking for a manager?
How'd it go?
Should I bob it? I mean, good. It was exactly what you said. It would be like she wants to get to the bottom of who the manager is and make sure it doesn't happen again. But they're going to contact me with somebody from public affairs she's going to find me the contact who can answer the questions that I asked in the email about like where it's coming from and how it's working. So we'll see. I'm not holding my breath.
No. But good job.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see, but I'm going to shut the camera down because I don't want to, waste the footage of the battery because we're waiting for them to get back to us.
No, we're not. Yeah, you can go ahead and turn it off. I don't think it's going to be like right now. the virtual retreat coming up, not next week, but the week after. That's the 9th through the 15th, just to make everybody like 100% aware. If you're enrolled in this program, which you are because you're on this call, you do not have to pay for it. It is included. But I have opened it up because we are looking for additional ways to raise money. So if you have reviewed what we're doing and you're like, oh my God, my friend would love this, send them and tell them to come join us. Because what I want to do is have this be like the first week, like the first family meeting we had for this program was open to whoever wanted to join so they could meet the community and see the work in person. So same thing with this retreat, the virtual retreat. If you're here, you don't have to pay. If you have friends that you think could benefit from it, that is going to help us raise money. So let them know. Anybody's welcome. And I also mentioned that we're doing another care package because I love doing care packages. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. So if you got a candle last time, I like wrote on it last time. Look at this. It might be backwards, but I don't care. We have a label now. It's like officially official. It's so cool. So it's the same scent. Now it's labeled. And so when you buy these from us, we make more money on them. We raise more money. When you buy them from SWAE, because he'll have them listed on the website too, you can point your friends in that direction. He's giving 10% of the sale of this candle to us every month. So give them some money. Like Jason is amazing. They used to be in Carlsbad. Now they're up in Tacoma. He's a veteran. He is absolutely like the work that he's doing with these candles. Like I have like 5 or 6 of them in the van, which is a lot. And if you've been in the van, you know that that is a lot of space to take up. I have like 5 or 6 of the different scents that they do, and they're all amazing. It's an aromatherapy candle. So on the label, it says coconut and soy candle. That is the wax that it's made from. It's not a coconut and soy scent. I think this smells like grounding in a jar. I think it smells like you're walking through a forest and about to like emerge upon the most beautiful meadow. So like just go twirl around, light this candle, have a great time. And also the wick is a wood burning wick and it sounds like a campfire. So it crackles like a campfire. And we originally did these for the virtual campfire for the VIP donor boxes because I wanted you to have a candle that sounded like a fire in case you didn't have the ability to light a fire where you're at. And then I just loved them so much that I wanted to put our logo on it. So we got more. So there's that. And then, this is a little bit smaller than that box. It's not like as much cause it's $50. So it's the candle and then a pendant. So this is one of the kinds that we got. Oops, I just lost my ears. That was cool. So this is one of the ones we got. We got a bunch of different ones. So if you got the VIP donor box, you will not get a repeat pendant. I can tell you that right now because these are all different stones. But this one's green opal. Like, look at how pretty this is. It's ridiculous. And it's like, it just feels good in your hand. I've got some obsidian. I've got like a labradorite. I've got a bunch of different stuff. And like carnelian's like really good for self-love. So I just love working with Nathan because every time this is order number 2. I say every time as if I've done this 10 times. So the 2 times that I've ordered from this guy, he's like, okay, so like, what's the energy of the event? What are you doing? Like, who are these people? What's the deal? And so I tell him, I'm like, we're doing this awesome course, Blaze Your Own Trail to Self-Love. Like, we're just trying to cultivate, like more love for ourselves and then in turn our communities and stuff like that. And then he picks the stones that match that energy and then he wraps them with that intention while he's wrapping them. So as he's wrapping them, like he's thinking about like, what are we doing here and how can these stones help us on our journey? So a candle, a pendant, and then I don't have pictures of it yet, but Melanie Wassman, who was on the virtual campfire and is one of our co-facilitators for our retreat on Catalina Island, she is offering up her healing salve from her Spell Botanicals line. So it's like the perfect little size to put in your backpack, and you can just bring it with you wherever you go or tuck it in your pocket or whatever. I know we're not all really like going out and about the way we used to, but you can put it in your purse, you can put it in your backpack when you go for a hike, whatever. So those 3 things, those are $50 for the box. I'm going to start shipping them on Tuesday. So if you haven't ordered them yet, please do if you want it in time for the virtual retreat, because one of the things, like we didn't get the virtual campfire kits out before the campfire started because COVID delayed shipping on everybody's supplies. But this one, we actually have the stuff in hand to ship this to you so you can get it and enjoy it during the retreat itself. So
how'd that go?
Super good.
That was something.
Mm-hmm. Something is a word for it, yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of what we're building here.
I could tell.
Like, really. This is cool. It was cool before this, but like that's what that call is what I've been striving to cultivate here, and like to give people the space to do that, and it's happening, and I'm just like, I'm really proud of us.
Big ups.
Big ups. What's for dinner?
I don't know, what are you making me? What's going on, Mrs. Williams?
Getting ready for week 6 of Blaze Your Own Trail to Self-Love. We are officially halfway through after this week.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is this your favorite week? Or one of your favorite weeks?
It's one of my favorite weeks because this is the one where we talk about the way that we communicate and how that undermines us before we even show up for anything, just by the way we talk or write emails or send texts. So this is the one where I get to start. Well, so like limiting beliefs was like, I started calling people on the way that they talk to themselves, because those are limiting beliefs that inform the words. And then this is where I get to be like, that's cool if you want to say it like that, but you're not going to get anywhere. So this is a fun one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, have a good one.
All right.
All right. What's going on out here?
I'm writing thank you cards and telling people what their pendants mean.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So the care packages for our virtual retreat that's coming up next week.
Shipping day.
Shipping day.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to work.
Okay. Coming up next time on Hiking My Feelings TV.